everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I have an awesome interview for you guys this evening. I want to thank you guys for that's tuning in and listening to the show. I have from Kyng, Mr. Eddie Veliz, and I have to say I really, really dig this band. Their CD, Trampled in the Sun, is just phenomenal, and I expect everybody that's listening, please go out and pick it up and support this band. Eddie, how's it going, man?
Good, I'm doing swell.
Awesome. Now, you guys are on tour right now with In This Moment, and you also are with Motionless and White, All Hail the Yeti. So, how's the tour going so far?
So far, so good. I mean, it's I think we're in the first quarter of the tour, so, you know, we're still feeling out the crowd. You know, it is a little different. The Motionless and White crowd is a little different than the In This Moment crowd, and it's a whole lot different from any one of our crowds. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, we have to do a little work on these shows and win some kids over at the end, but we usually get it done, you know?
I like this band a lot because you guys are so diverse, man. You guys have so many songs that are so different, but to fit in with In This Moment and the other bands, that's pretty damn cool, you know? And what's your take on that?
I think it's awesome. You know, one of our goals when we started Kyng was to be pretty crossover as possible, so we could jam with bands like Queens of Stone Age and Foo Fighters and Megadeth and Metallica and whoever the hell else. You know, it takes when we start a tour, we just go in blindly and we just add a set. We just put a set together that's gonna work for time, and then once the tour starts going on and we start listening to music and seeing how the crowd's reacting to certain songs, we'll like adjust the set. You know, if it needs to be heavier, we'll put heavier songs. If it needs to go lighter, we'll put little more rock and roll songs, if you will, you know? And, you know, it's kind of cool to have a small little catalog that's diverse, and we could jam with pretty much anyone. We could jam with pretty much anyone at any time, you know? So I think that's pretty rad.
That's for sure. That I have to agree with you on that one. Now, with Trampled Sun, that, like I said, that CD's got a lot of diversity on it, and I like it a lot. The new album that you guys are working on, can we expect the same thing, or which way are you guys heading with this one, possibly?
Well, you know, it's funny. This album sounds sonically amazing. It just sounds so good. Our producers, Jim Rhoda and Andrew Alikel, did a hell of a job of making us sound like us. We definitely pride ourselves in being a live band, and this new album sounds like us a lot. As you know, something you get live. It's as for what the songs are, and they differ from the first. It's like Trampled Sun had some heavy songs that were strictly heavy, and some rock songs that were just rock songs. You know,
right?
This second album kind of just melted the two together. You know, so you're gonna get a bigger, heavier, fatter riff with a lot more melodic tones and vocals over everything. You know, so. It's pretty crazy. It's going to be a good one. People are going to like this.
I can't wait to hear it. I mean, honestly, I've been a fan of you guys since the first time I heard you all. So, you know, you got a supporter right here from us.
Appreciate that.
And I tell you what, too, let me ask you this. Since it's the digital age now of music where people can actually just go buy your CDs online and stuff like that, your MP3s online, do you think it's helped you guys out tremendously since it is digital now?
You know what? I don't know. I try to stay away from all the business side of it, but I think a lot of people have picked up the album, you know, from us, from coming to our shows, and we hand it to them, and they give us the money, and we're like, yeah, cool, we'll sign it, and we've sold a ton of records on the tours. You know, I don't know how the internet, the interwebs of things go. Like, I'm not too sure. You know, I don't really look into that stuff. All I want to do is jam, play some music, and you know, rock out, you know?
Right, oh yeah, definitely.
I imagine it's helped us. I'm going to say it did. I'm going to say it does, because a lot of kids are on the internet and stealing music left and right, and you know what? As long as it gets these kids to the shows and they're buying shirts and hanging out with us and high-fiving us at the end, I'm happy.
Now, what got you started into playing music, Eddie?
Music was around me all my life, you know, ever since I was born. I could remember my mom jamming some David Bowie and Rolling Stones, and my uncle would always jam some like Earth, Wind and Fire and Michael Jackson. So it was always there. I never, you know, nothing really got me into it. I was just like, oh yeah, music's rad. You know, it was just there. It's like breathing.
Right. So, when you guys were coming up in California out there, did you guys have a lot of support in the music scene out there?
No, none.
Wow.
California, LA rock scene is it's a strange one. I mean, it's a big misconception of bands coming out there to make it, and they're not gonna. It's really hard out there because it's a saturated market. So you have like thousands of bands trying to play some shows, and nobody really goes to see them except for friends and family. So you got to be really lucky to create a buzz and strike up a noise in LA. I don't think we really even kind of made a big impact in Los Angeles. We left, as soon as business started working for us, we were like, we're getting out of Los Angeles, and that's what we did. And we got a bigger kick out of going into New York and New Jersey, where we have a lot of buddies out there, and creating more of a fan base outside of Los Angeles. And then when we get back home, all our friends and family know about us, and there's a whole lot of other people who are like, oh, I've never heard of them. Oh shit, they're from LA. Did I just cuss on your
That's crazy.
Your show?
That's so crazy, because I figured, and you're not the only band that's actually said that either. There have been some others that's actually said that. So,
it's a saturated market. Everybody's trying to get into LA. I mean, there's so many bands that claim Los Angeles who are not even from Los Angeles. I was born and raised there. I've seen it all. And ever since the beginning, I wanted to get out of there. And we did.
Does everybody in the band contribute to the writing process with the music, or how do you guys do that?
We all take care of business. Pepe is just one hell of a drummer. So I'll sit at home or in the studio and start writing some riffs and creating songs and like building these little characters out of music. And I'll come back to the studio and be like, hey guys, check this out. And Tony will be like, oh, that sounds great. Let's keep moving on that. And he'll create this awesome bass line that, just takes the music to that next level, takes whatever I'm writing to that next level, And it's funny because I'll sit there and write a riff and be like, oh, this is badass, cool one, And I'll show it to Tony. He's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But, hey, what if we do this? It's like, boom, just takes it up a notch, And then Pepe will just play something just outrageous, I mean, we get together and create these little cool superhero songs that we think they're all diverse and rock and rolly. I don't even know if I'm making sense at this point. But let me tell you something. We all write, we all create, and it's a good thing.
Okay, what can fans expect at a show from Kyng?
What can you expect from a show from Kyng? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Intense energy, a whole bunch of sweat. We're pretty relentless. Once we get on stage, we kind of do it for ourselves. Yeah, we crack each other up. We'll throw clans and watch each other try to recover from the mistakes that we're all making on stage, and it's just fun. It's a real live rock and roll show,
Right.
We're not, there's so many bands out there who, and I hate to say it, they just play these damn tracks. There's so much crap that's coming out of the speakers, and the dudes who are on stage are not really playing it, and
right.
We kind of pride ourselves in being just a band that has a drummer, a bass player, a guitar player, and singers. That's it. There's nothing else coming out of the speakers. There are no third guitars or, fifth vocal harmony or, we do it. We do it live, and that's what you get. We're a band, a real one that's not trying to fake anything.
Right. Now, do you guys prefer clubs or festivals, or does it even really matter?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I think we prefer a time limit better. Like, we prefer to do 45 minutes and 30. We prefer to do an hour more than an hour and 20. I mean, I don't know. Like it's the time limit. It's always tough to do a 30-minute show because we're so anal about our songs. We're just like, oh, well, this is a good one, and this is a good one, and this how can we not play this song? So
yeah,
we run into trouble because we want to play all our songs.
Right. And I think you guys are a damn good headlining band. I honestly think you guys are at that point right now.
Oh, I hope so. I mean, I hope a couple of thousands of others feel the same way, so we could start doing some headlining shows and creating the rock show that we see in our heads that we can't do because time restraints and there's other headliners doing their thing, And
right.
we love going out and supporting bands like we dig we love going out with Clutch. We had a blast with Megadeth, and you know, we're not opposed. We love jamming with those dudes, you know, especially with the legends in rock and roll. You know, it's always great because on top of that, we always get new fans and new fans and new fans every time we do that. You know, so we're definitely like opening shows as well.
Now, what do you think that Kyng brings to the table for music, in your own words?
Honesty, you know?
Yeah.
Once again, there's so many bands out there who are kind of have fed into this, they need to be super over the top and do, I don't know, play all these songs with all these tracks and I hate to say it, but it's a little fake, you know? They're just kind of feeding into the whole cookie cutter idea of what a live show should be and what certain rock songs should be, you know? And we go out there and try to be honest with ourselves and play real songs and play real music and sing it. I mean, if I'm having a bad day, you're going to see it, you know? If my vocal cords are shot and I can't play, we'll cancel the show and come back, you know, and come see you guys again, you know? It's the only way to do it, you know? I mean, the rock and roll is kind of missing that rock honesty, you know? I don't know. I don't even know what that means, but that's what it is, honesty, and that's what we try to bring to the table.
What did you feel like, man, the first time you heard people singing along to your songs? How did that make you feel?
Oh, man, that blew us away. I remember I can't tell you exactly where we were, but there was a moment in Pushing and Pulling, which is one of our songs, where everything stops. All the music stops, and it's like, pushing and pulling, I'm deep in your mouth. We do that little line, and as soon as we stopped, and I was about to sing that, like a lot of the crowd was singing that song right back at me, and we you know, you get the chills, and you know, we look over at each other like, holy crap, like that just happened.
Yeah,
you know, pretty mind blowing.
Now, I've tried to push as much music off of Trampled Sun as I can for you guys because, like I said, I'm a huge fan, and I love doing this for the music and for the bands out there. But I want to thank you for taking time out to do this interview with me. I really appreciate it, Eddie.
Oh, man, thank you so very much for having me on.
How can people get a hold of you guys or say, hey, we love your music, or even just to you know, say hi to y'all? How can they do that?
You know, they could do the whole Facebook thing. I think it's facebook.com/Kyng Rocks, Twitter, whatever that is, /Kyng Band, or www.kyngband.com. All those mediums, we take care of that stuff. So if you hit us up on Facebook and you message us, we will message you back. You know, we do everything ourselves, including our driving and our own merch selling. So
awesome, Eddie. Before I let you go, will you care to do a promo for my show if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. All right. This is Eddie from Kyng, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
It's just that easy, man.
There you go.
Thank you all so much for tuning in this evening. I want to thank Eddie from Kyng for doing this interview with me. And I'll tell you what, you only hear these interviews right here from BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thanks, guys.